How's it going, folks? This is Dimitri back again. In this video, we're going to talk about marketing strategy for real estate investors. But the reason for it is because if you plan, and the positive side of it, if you plan to do, search for tenants or properties actually as well, and majorly in that point, you need to do marketing, right? Obviously, and I'm going to talk about a few steps that actually really can be beneficial for you. And actually, I also did this video for myself, as well as I was researching it, and hopefully that will be helpful to you. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. I'll leave it there, and like and subscribe, because it's gonna be really helpful for me and the channel, and just to hear more from you. Anyway, it's obviously beneficial to you as well. So well, to the topic. So I got this notebook about 5 steps here, and I kind of jotted down why is it important, what's the steps there, and all that. So the first step I would be talking about is at the beginning here right now, is that why is it important. Obviously, if you're a real estate investor and trying to get into the game, you don't really need so much marketing at the beginning, in the sense that promote your properties or do the research in the market, in the sense that drive around the neighborhood. Yeah, you can do all that. Obviously, if you you have time. But if you're like me, that you have 9-to-5 job, and then you joining basically you're in the beginning and in the growth stage, or at least if it's your first property, you're trying to get into that playground, so to speak. Honestly, you don't really need a lot of marketing in that sense. Most of the important people, and I will talk about it in the other videos as well in the future, the importance of the team. But marketing in general, just the importance of the team, importance of the real estate agent. But back to the topic at hand is that marketing, in the sense that you search for the property, you look for the property, and then you reach out to the sellers. Sometimes maybe it can be cold calls, or cold mail, if you will. And then you drive around the neighborhood or check it out, so anything and things like that. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. So finding of so the first actual the main topic, it would be step is the finding the property, right? The interesting place for real estate investors to find the properties is the off market, right? How do people do that? Usually people find the properties which are off market is by the word of mouth, right? The networking is huge. At the beginning, you don't really have that. Some people don't really like it. Personally, me, I don't really have that at all. In networking wise, so right. That's why most of the people before, if you're buying the first property, honestly, we don't need that. But when you get into the all you're in already, you've got a couple of them under the belt and stuff like that, then and your network will grow anyway. So it's nice to go around an open house properties, open houses, and then get the business card, whatever, and then just introduce yourself, whatever that you're a real estate investor and stuff like that. Then you can talk with real estate agents. That's the networking. And then you can talk about, hey guys, I'm looking for a real distressed property or whatever off market. If you hook me up, basically, so to speak. And obviously, if you're not if you don't have an agent that you're working on, that would be perfect for real estate agents, to get in touch with you and start working with you and all that. So but yeah, basically finding off market properties, it's either driving around consciously around the block, around the county, around the neighborhood, and see what you got and stuff like that. If you, for example, see all of a sudden in your when you were home from work or whatever, from the business that you do, you see the distressed property, you see it's kind of haunted house or something, oh, that's kind of distressed. So you just you kind of jot it down. And then there are a few apps, I think that comes to mind. Envo, that I don't remember the name exactly, but that gives you like, understand, like, hey, the numbers on the but even Zillow and public, it's all public information. I mean, like who bought it, when it was bought it, and all that. So, and that's how you can find it. And next few topics would be how you reach it, and connect with the seller or owner, and then you maybe negotiate something there. But it's more like when you already in the game, so it's most of the time, like that's not how I start. That's gonna be what I want to actually also see how it works and stuff like that. But for me, I honestly sometimes, yeah, it can work out if it's a good deal and things like that. But at the same time, I don't see, sometimes it's not even worth a hustle. But obviously there are gains. I'm not gonna dispute that. So the second topic is target motivated sellers. Usually those sellers would be people who want to leave, distressed property, tax liens on the property, people don't pay for the properties, and they're behind the taxes and all that. So those can be also kind of reached out to. And then the tax liens, the options there, and there's a lot of information about it, and opportunities there. I didn't really dig into that much of in the tax liens, but targeting in the sense that you can reach out to them. So it's kind of like reach out in cold calls or cold mail. If you like get information about who are they, who the owner is of the property, and then you basically reach out to them and see if you can buy the property or things like that. So the third topic is target cold mail, and I just mentioned it before. All that is basically you're reaching out via mail, via notes, whatever, maybe even email if you get a chance to find it, sometimes. But nonetheless, it is an option, and I found out there's a lot of people who actually get back to the mail in question, like if you got a mail, hey, I saw your property, I'm very interested in this and that, like I see you like the owner of this property, I'll like get in touch with you, see if you wanted to sell it, and all that. So things like that, that can be another option to do marketing. And finally, before the key option is going to be leveraging social media. Couldn't read what I wrote for a second. And but utilizing that, if you don't like, I guess it's a more network type of thing, and going through like social media as well, like Facebook, Instagram, whatever place you may socialize, forums and all, you can obviously reach out to folks and see if they can or willing to sell the properties, and you can do off-market deal like that. The beauty of the off-market deals is that obviously you don't involve agents, you save quite a bit of money. However, most of the time, well, in my experience anyway, seller is the one who pays for the transaction, so to speak. And obviously you can appeal to them without saying, hey, it's if you want to do off-market deal. But again, it can be dangerous as well, the title transfer, all that. You still need confirmation and title company to get involved, because we transfer indeed and all that. So I would highly encourage you to check with the attorneys and stuff like that before going after such deals. And because it's just for information only, because it's all needs to happen legally, and I'm not a financial nor a real estate agent, well, which I've been, but my license expired. And anyhow, you need to do that. You need to do it legally, and so take it as information and I guess entertainment only, but information. So, in the last point that I wanted to make for you guys is the real estate agent. Man, I know it's a kind of very contrary to the topics really that I talked about here, in the sense that, you know, making off market deal, do that. But man, I cannot tell you enough, like, you know, I cannot stress it enough, because it goes under marketing. But real estate agent is the, I don't know, bread and butter, so to speak. And to have a good real estate agent is the key to get the proper good deal and nice deal, and, you know, paperwork to be taken care of. Because when I started, like when I was trying to get a new first property, the very, not the one that the first investment, official investment property, very first investment property, man, I, even though I knew the whole, you know, process, the paperwork, obviously they had access to that, like, you know, I guess you can get access to those maybe, but I'm not sure about those, like, you know, the statewide agreements, but probably not. But anyway, it's just my, you know, from top of my head. But in any case, real estate agents can take a real big, like, you know, role and play a big role in, like, when you buy a property, right? But then you need to rent it out, and then you gotta, you know, get the tenant in. So that's where a real estate agent who has proper tools in place. I mean, there are few tools that you can do, and then property management tools also can give you that. But you know, tenant screening, background check, social security, you know, checks, all that, you know, all the checks that you need to make a proper decision, you know, in the sense that of tenant, right? You need to have that. And, you know, if you beginning real estate agent or real estate investor, man, find a, you know, do yourself a favor, find a good real estate agent, you know, the one that, you know, you interview, you talk with them, you see, you work with them, and if they're responsible, they good, you know, you talk to them, they give you proper advice and things like that. You know, ask them questions, you know, like, hey, do you do real estate investments? Do you work with real estate investors? Like, how do you work with that? What, you know, things, you know, like, things are really important. Like, think yourself as a tenant, you know. And that's what I always tell my friends, like, if they ask me, like, hey, how is this? I was like, hey, you're gonna be providing service to people, you know, you're giving them housing, basically, so to speak, you know, as a landlord, right? Providing that. So think of it from that standpoint, like, hey, I'm a tenant, like, you know, do I want to live here? Is it close enough? Is it quiet? Is it nice? Is this and that? You know, put yourself in those shoes, and then from that standpoint, like, you know, see if that property makes sense to you, and obviously, right? So, but back to the marketing again. So, real estate agent is really, I mean, I think it, like, it's the things that I told you about, guys, like, all that. You can save a buck there, definitely, you know, going back, or, you know, off the market property, because you can pretty much, you know, get a better deal for yourself as a buyer, right? As a seller, questionable, but as a buyer, it's definitely better. So that's one thing. Two, but the main thing is the real estate, even though it will become probably, maybe, I can actually we can actually talk about this in the chat, because of the whether involving real estate agent becomes in the market of off market still deal. Anyway, but the real estate agent is really important, really important, because they're boots on the ground. They know the deal. They know the ground, and then they can tell you the things that unforeseen by, you know, you just haven't thought of, you know. So, and in my case, that was definitely the factor that I actually, you know, that I'm very glad for my real estate agent that I went through and all that. So, with her, you know, and it was awesome. So, in any case, the team is important. I'm gonna talk about it later, but yeah. So do yourself a favor. If you're the beginning investor, do yourself a favor, and this is like a really general, you know, get a good real estate agent, because this is really, really, really important. Because they're gonna help you out, advise you, give you advice, you know, walk you through the steps and stuff and all that. So this is nice. So, and I think it's really important, like from my experiences anyway. So that's pretty much me that I wanted to talk to about you guys, some marketing strategies for real estate investor. Obviously went through a whole lot, and but you know, as far as I looked at the article and the points that they made, you know, leveraging this, leveraging that, do this, do that. Yeah, it's good. But at the same time, you still need to do, you know, due diligence, and, you know, check out the market every time, every now and then. And, you know, consult with your real estate agent, you know. What do you think about this? Or how you think, you know, like, how's the rents there, you know, what are this, what is this? And obviously do yourself a favor as well, and do your marketing or your research as well, because you're the ones anyway. At the end of the day, you're gonna do all the, you know, getting the bill, getting, if money works for you. So you need to do that as well. But agents is very helpful. So, and yeah, that's pretty much me. So thank you guys for watching again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe down below, and Dimitri is out. So you guys later. Bye bye.